Today's Saturday. There's not going to be much of a vlog today because all I'm doing is just being inside editing the past vlogs. That's, what some days are. So I'll find something to talk about. But another thing I'm doing, let me show you, is I'm trying to make a custom, where is it? I want to make a custom sweatshirt that says Wes Who in Futura, which is Wes Anderson's favorite font, sort of. So maybe this, I'm looking at a couple places here in France as well. There's one I got open somewhere in France. Yeah, maybe this one from France. Basically, I'm trying to find the one that's the best value for money. I just want to apologize about the bad quality of yesterday's sound on some parts with this camera because, you see, I have this microphone. And this microphone is amazing, nothing wrong with that. But I have two SD cards that I switch between. The one in here right now has Magic Lantern installed, the other one doesn't. And I've got a thing on Magic Lantern that essentially it brings up the analog gain of just the microphone and only, so it makes it sound better. But I had the gain turned way up on this camera. Now when I have Magic Lantern installed, like right now, it's fine. It bypasses that and it only uses this microphone, and it completely disregards the information on here. But with the other SD card, it doesn't do that, which means the levels were turned way up, which means it was constantly clipping, which is why it sounded so bad. I changed my mind. I'm not gonna get that Wes Who sweatshirt because, I don't know, it's not that amazing and cool. Instead, I've got like 2 or 3 options. Here's what those options are. Number 1 is this Gorlami sweatshirt.
Gorlami.
I think it looks pretty cool, to be honest. So that's number 1. Number 2 is this Around the World Daft Punk sweatshirt, which is also really awesome. So that's number 2. It's a hard decision, so leave a comment below with which one you think I should get, either number 1 or number 2. And if I get enough comments, I'll follow you guys, and if I don't, I'll just pick one. In today's vlog, I want to talk about books. I got a bunch of books here, and yes, I have read most of those. There's 1 or 2 that I haven't, but I've read most of these books. So I want to talk a little bit about books today, and my favorite ones out of all of these. The Minds of Billy Milligan. Billy Milligan was the very first person to use multiple personality disorder as a defense in court and therefore be acquitted for several crimes, including rape. Now, Billy Milligan had 24 personalities battling inside his mind. That is insane. 24 personalities in your mind. I can't even imagine what that must be like. There was a petty criminal, there was a little girl, there was an old artist, there was a lesbian. The lesbian is the one who committed the rapes. There was an 8-year-old who was the keeper of pain called David. It is a fascinating story. It is incredible. It's been a while since I've read it, which is why I don't remember all the details, but I definitely want to read that again. I'll take it to England because I want to read it again, so I would definitely highly, highly, highly recommend The Minds of Billy Milligan. The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Now, if you haven't read this, you're missing out. This is, of course, a much more lighthearted book than the other one. It's by Douglas Adams, a fantastic, hilarious, and truly creative and intelligent writer. This is everything, okay? Because The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is the first volume of a 5-volume series, including The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is the first one, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, Life, the Universe, and Everything, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, and Mostly Harmless. And there was a movie made, a movie adaptation, which sort of mixed like the first 2 or 3 books, And if I remember correctly, I don't think it was incredibly successful. It was a great movie. I loved it, but it wasn't incredibly successful. I was reading those and just laughing. I was alone in my room reading those laughing. That's how good these are. So again, the vast majority of these books I haven't read in a while, but I definitely want to read them again. Definitely want to read all of these again at some point, maybe this summer. This last one is kind of cheating because it's three books. Three books. It's a trilogy. It's the Millennium Trilogy. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is the first one. The Girl Who Played with Fire is the second one. And The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest is the third one. So 3 very good books that I would highly, highly recommend. Now, yes, they are crime novels, and I'm not usually a huge crime novel fan. I mean, I really enjoy them, but I'm not obsessed by them like some people are. But these are fantastic. They are suspenseful. They are wonderfully written, fascinating characters, very developed, very in-depth, and the story is truly gripping and really wonderfully written. I remember reading it and I was just like, no, don't die, things like that. I'm not going to say who dies because I don't want to spoil it, and also because I don't really remember who dies. But the point is, these three books are really worth the read. And actually, my hairdresser has these 3 books in his waiting room, so I always try to get there a little early and start rereading the first one. And eventually, after enough appointments, I'll have finished reading it in like chunks of 20 minutes or 15 or 20 minutes, as opposed to just reading them here. So these 3 books are very highly recommended. So that is my incomplete list of book recommendations. They are all incredible. The thing is, I haven't really read many new books. I mean, there's that one I started the other day about the Explorer, but I really just started it, so I can't say much about it. I used to read so much, and then I kind of dropped it. I know it's not going to be a holiday, but I'm taking the Minds of Billy Milligan with me again because I definitely want to reread that. And it's a cool thing to talk about at a dinner party. Like, hey, do you know that guy with the 24 personalities? Wow, this and that happened. And like inside him, he had a lesbian who raped other women. And then you're never invited to that person's house again, because if you bring that up at a dinner party, don't bring that up on a first date. Don't be talking to your date and be like, hey, have you heard of this guy with 24 personalities and one of them was lesbian and he raped women because of that? Not a good first impression. Anyway, that's it for today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed my book recommendations. I might do some more of that, or I might give movie recommendations or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll make this a regular thing. Who knows? The point is, I had fun doing that, and I want to read more again, and I hope it made you guys want to read. I'll link all of those books down below, a link to buy them. I'm not affiliated with anyone. These are just books that I enjoyed. And I think you might enjoy too, so that's pretty much it. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another amazing vlog. Goodbye. It's 3.